Alright, here we go. Take two. We're just trying to get the frustrations of iMovie. Work out the frustrations of iMovie.
By just hitting each other. Which is not really... I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah, I would recommend... Oh no, he's coming a headlock. Oh, panic. Do you want a tap? Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Low blow. Oh. Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to this All-Star edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, I'm Robbie. This is Kyle. Kyle, how are you? Good to see you tonight.
Nice to see you too. How have you been?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
You sure? You okay?
Well, we'll see. We'll see by the end of the episode. If we can get this episode. Anyways.
Yeah.
It's not like iMovie just quit on us before.
Yeah, it's not like we filmed an entire episode that iMovie just deleted it. No big deal. This is totally the first take of this footage. Yeah, anyways. I agree. But anyway, speaking of All-Stars, last night was the annual Major League Baseball All Star Game. It was the battle of the American League and the National League in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, where I don't think you could find a more fitting place to have a Major League Baseball All Star Game. America's sport, America's pastime in our nation's capital. That's the big time right there. And so, coming into the game, the American League had won 5 years in a row, and we're looking to make it 6. And short story first, doesn't make any sense. Short straight to the point, I should say. They did. The American League won for the 6th year in a row, beating the National League by a final of 8-6 in 10 innings. Second straight year, actually.
Pretty close game.
That has gone to extra innings, and like I said, both times won by the American League. It was won because of back-to-back home runs in the 10th inning by Alan Bregman and George Springer. Both of the Houston Astros. So, first time, apparently it was the first time since, the 70s that two teammates have hit back-to-back home runs in the All-Star Game. So, it was pretty cool stuff. But Colin, I wanted to ask you, first of all, did you watch any of the All-Star Game last night?
I mean, I watched Community, Alien Covenant a little bit, and some Amy Adams HBO show that's pretty solid. But nope, didn't watch any of it. Sorry.
That's okay. But what is your reaction to the American League winning for a 6th year in a row?
I mean, pretty good. Yeah, I feel like the American League is. At least from what I've heard of, kind of the stronger kind of the two, American versus National. No offense to National, sorry, but I mean, you guys have a lot of great players too. But I don't know, just okay. I'm gonna get some hate mail for this, aren't I?
Yeah. So address yours to him, Kyle. He's Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyle. You can hate me, national team. That's okay.
But what we wanted to sort of focus on tonight was the players for our Boston Red Sox that represented the American League in last night's All-Star Game. There were 5 Red Sox on the All-Star team. You had Mookie Betts and J.D. Martinez in the starting lineup along with Chris Sale, who's a starting pitcher. And then you had Mitch Moreland and Craig Kimbrell in there as reserves. And so it was an okay showing for the Red Sox players last night. Mookie Betts went 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Martinez went 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a hit. And then Moreland actually had the best night of the 3, going 2 for 3 with a strikeout. So definitely on the offensive side, not a bad showing. Kyle, what's your reaction to the 3 Red Sox field position players, I should say, that were in last night's game?
No, it sounds like they did pretty well. It's sometimes it's kind of hard to adjust to a team you're not used to because they only get to play these guys like once a year really. But yeah, I think they did the best they could with who they're playing with. They don't have that same. They may not have had that same chemistry as they did in the original teams, but you know what? For who they were with and everything, I think they did pretty solid.
And then in terms of on the pitching front, Chris Sale, like I said, was the starting pitcher for the American League. Mm-hmm. He went 1 inning. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oh, there it is. 1 inning. I have my notes here. 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, struck out 1, and didn't allow any runs. So not a bad inning of work for Chris Sale.
I can say he sold it.
You tried that pun the first time around.
No, I didn't. This is the first time I've ever done that. Nope. Can't prove it, Robbie.
It's alright. But anyway, yeah, Chris Sale, not too bad. Not too bad out there. And unfortunately, Craig Kimbrell did not appear in the game. They did not put him in. So your reaction to Kimbrell not pitching?
Well, I mean, I feel like because it's the All Star Game, I feel like and mind you, I haven't watched a lot of All Star games aside from a few of the Cape Cod League games, but I feel like because they have a lot of other pitchers too, so it's understandable. When you get a whole slew of pitchers from all these different teams, it's understandable. I'm sure I'm sure all the other ones are really really good too. So
yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Would have liked to see him in the game, but it is what it is. So the AL, like I said, won 8-6. The MVP of the game was Alan Bregman from the Houston Astros, who hit what ended up being the game-winning home run.
Nice.
So congratulations to him. I mean, it just was one of those things where it was a great game. The AL took an early 2-0 lead. The NL then proceeded to tie it up at 2. Then the AL scored 3 times in the top of the 8th to take a 5-2 lead on a 3-run homer by Gene Segura. And then the NL proceeded to come back in both the 8th and 9th inning with 3 runs of their own to tie the game at 5 before the AL took the 8-5 lead, top 10, and then the NL did score 1 run before ultimately getting closed out. The winning pitcher of the game was Diaz, the closer for the Seattle Mariners. And then Happ, who I believe pitched for the Blue Jays, got the save. And then Stripling took the loss for the National League. So, Kyle, anything else you want to add to this All-Star Game recap?
No, it sounded like a good time. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, like I said, pretty short episode tonight. Kind of making up for what was a kind of a longer episode last time with our buddy Craig, but that's okay. So we are going to move on to our favorite part of the episode, our monologues. And I'm going to go first with my monologue. Staying with the All-Star theme here, because the night before the Home Run Derby, there's always the night before the All-Star Game, there's always the Home Run Derby. And this year was very exciting in the sense that the winner of the Home Run Derby was Bryce Harper, who plays for the Washington Nationals, who are hosting this year's All-Star Game. Now, it has been at least a few years from my recollection since a player from the home city's team has won the Home Run Derby. So to see Harper win it, and especially the manner in which he did, he kind of won it in the very final swing, last round, sending everybody into a state of delirium, was
nice.
Pretty exciting. So big congratulations to him, and another congratulations, moving on to a separate sport, to the France men's soccer team, who just this past weekend captured the World Cup championship, defeating Croatia. So big congratulations to the French for taking home the trophy over there in Russia. Beat a lot of good teams to do so, and should be very proud of themselves. So congratulations, guys.
No, it's funny actually. You mentioned about the World Cup. One of my students actually, literally a 4-year-old kid, was talking about. This kid keeps up with the World Cup way more than I ever have my entire life, and he was telling me, "Oh yeah, France won. They beat Croatia." I'm like, "Wow, okay, nice." So
pretty knowledgeable kid.
Yeah, right. It's like you're only 4, but man, I mean, he literally recaps those entire games. I'm like, and he knows all the other teams. So I'm like,
good for him. Great.
Nice.
I can't complain about that.
Right.
But anyway, so. Kyle, you got anything for us this week?
So this week, so I wanted to mention, 2 things actually I want to talk about. So one was, and Robbie's going to keep track of the number of things I talk about, which is hopefully up to 2. So the first thing I wanted to mention was, so a while back I talked about kayaking in the Norton Reservoir, which I've done before, which you can do if you ever do LL Bean. It's in Mansfield. It's really... Norton Reservoir. Even though it's in Mansfield and in Norton, but most of it's in Norton. But it's a good place to go if you ever want to go kayaking. I actually tried a new place just this past weekend. I went to. So I'm sure those of you Massachusetts residents who've been to the Cape before have, as you know, it's surrounded by water. So yes, there are plenty of opportune places to go kayaking, but there was one in particular I really liked right in Hyannis, right in Barnstable actually, you can actually go in these marshes. It's actually near this kind of private golf club, near this small beach. It's kind of near when you get to the avenues. It's kind of right before, if you drive Craigville Beach, it's kind of right in that general Centerville area. If you ever get to the avenues and you get to that small beach at the end of the road, it's got a really nice kind of set of marshes you can go in, and it's kind of like a set of mazes a little bit. It's really cool. You get to see kind of a nice set of wildlife there. I'm saying the word set a lot, aren't I? I'm just picking that up. I highly recommend exploring there. It's really cool. Bring your camera if you're really into taking photos as well, because you're going to get some really nice views there.
Get those Instagram shots.
Yeah, Insta.
Kyle does all the time. Does a good job of it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.
I try. But highly recommend if you ever want a good workout or just...
Yeah, and I can second the fact that small beach is very good for boating, especially kayaking and canoeing. So nice. Take it from the 2 of us who have both seen it that you should definitely do that.
Yes. And fun fact, you can even kayak out to the sea, but make sure it's high tide, A, and B, it's not too windy, because when you go out to the sea with all that wind, the waves are going to push your boat back. Let me tell you that. So just keep an eye on that. And the other thing I want to talk about was, speaking of actually kind of another little segue, since we talked about the All Star Game and that being in Washington, D.C., the most American capital of America. We actually went to...
the most American capital of America. Yeah. That, definitely the most interesting quote I've heard.
It's the America... Yeah, whatever. Anyways, so we actually went to a very patriotic-themed mini-golf place. Yes, you heard that right. Yeah. Robbie and I have done a rematch right after our tie victory that we both achieved at the first place in Cape Cod. We went to this other place in Natick. Really great mini golf. Yeah. And we had another match. We're not going to say who wins, even though I won. I'm just going to say right now I won. I won. What are you talking about, man?
I won the match.
No, I won everything.
Dude,
I won the laser tag.
Were you not paying attention? We didn't even do laser tag. What the hell are you talking about?
I got the hole-in-one last... Well, I don't know. Maybe did I? Maybe I did.
Oh, I mean, this is all speculation right now. We're not
even giving you any real. You're gonna have to see the video. So.
Yeah. Do it.
Do it now.
Well, you can't do it now because who knows if the video is up when you're watching this.
That's true. So I will say within the week, I can't say exactly when, but within the week, you're gonna get a new.
It's gonna be a pleasant surprise.
Mini golf video. So yeah, kind of like the last one. I'm gonna get similar vibes. So yes, you're gonna hear some epic music as well. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's. I'm looking forward to seeing that. There was a lot of exciting action, and you will definitely get to see more of our exciting mini golf prowess there.
Yeah.
So we're very much looking forward to it. So that's going to wrap it up for this edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, he's Kyle. I'm Robbie, signing off here for On a Couch Talking Sports. We will see you next time here on a Couch Talking Sports. I said On a Couch Talking Sports 3 times. Anyway, from the couch, we're signing off. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.
I'm watching you iMovie.
Come on.